Thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA. Just before we bring in our guest for our conversation on community engagement, let's take this background report by Ibrahim Dan Hamidu.
Every thriving nation begins with a simple idea, that people are not subjects of development, but partners in it. Community engagement transforms that idea into action, connecting government vision with grassroots reality. From rural cooperatives in Gombe to neighborhood associations in Lagos and peace-building forums in Plateau, Nigerians are proving that development grows stronger when citizens take ownership. Effective engagement means listening, collaborating, and empowering people to identify and solve the problems that shape their daily lives, from security and sanitation to health and youth empowerment. Across Nigeria, traditional institutions, civil society groups, faith-based organizations, and the National Orientation Agency are increasingly driving this new culture of participation. But experts say community participation must go beyond consultation. Citizens must co-own development plans, track projects, and sustain the impact long after the cameras leave. Across Africa, structured engagement has rebuilt trust between citizens and leaders. From Rwanda's Umuganda model to Ghana's local assemblies, Nigeria can lead this movement by institutionalizing dialogue at the ward and council levels, ensuring that policies reflect people's realities, not just reports on paper. True change begins when citizens stop asking, "What will government do for us?" and start saying, "What can we build together?" Because the strongest communities are not the richest, they are the most united. Today on Good Morning Nigeria, guests and experts in participatory governance, civic engagement, and local development will examine how Nigeria can deepen trust, strengthen inclusion, and make community voices the heartbeat of national progress.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibrahim Dan Habidu, for that background report. And right here in the studio with us to begin a conversation on community engagements, let me make welcome Moremi Ojudu, who represents the Southwest, covers the Southwest for Mr. President.
Absolutely.
On community engagement.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to welcome you to Good Morning Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Good morning, and it's good to be back here again. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. We also have Chioma Unweze, is this senior special assistant on community engagement, Southeast. You are welcome, madam.
Thank you. It's good to be back again.
Good to have you again. And also we have Dr. Abiodun Esiet, senior special assistant on community engagement, North Central. Dr. Esiet, it's good to have you.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, North Central community.
All right, so let's kickstart our conversation this morning. I haven't listened to that background report where Amidu said you do not ask for what your country can do for you, just what you can do for your country. It's most important. So how do we begin to define effective community engagement, and why is it crucial for development initiatives, especially in Nigeria? Let's start with Moremi.
Thank you so much. I think community engagement is the biggest cross of any government. I think it's important that governments, all governments, be it at the local government, state government, and the federal government. The federal government is the biggest, has been able to warmly understand community engagement. Interestingly, the presidential community engagement works directly with the presidency. That shows you that we have a super working president who understands the nitty-gritty of community engagement. Our work is simply to ensure that we report and evaluate, mechanisms. So we have actually been able to ensure that we create a structure where we have a direct link with the communities. Okay. We are these foot soldiers, and we bring back report evaluations. So this report helps the MDAs, the ministries, departments, and agencies to be able to create better engagement and for the communities to own their development. So we don't just assume or create policies at the ministries, departments, and agencies. They work on our reports, and they also ensure that the community engagement aspect of it is well carried out.
Okay.
So I think that's the biggest.
How you can define it for now.
Yes.
All right, let's
Thank
get Madam Chairman.
Yeah, the community engagement is very, very important. We are only as strong as our communities.
Okay.
Let me give a life example. In Anambra State, we kept wondering, why is it that young boys engage in Yahoo and they want to get rich quick and everything? We found out that it's all these herbalists that come and deceive them and tell them that they're going to make them to get rich quick and a lot of things. It took a lot of talking to and a drastic action from the governor that started imprisoning herbalists and said, okay, if you have the power, okay, disappear from the prison, I won't arrest you again. For people to start seeing that this way they are going to is bad, not good, because like us from the southeast, we are known for hard work, we are known for trading. We believe that, in my language, we say, that when you work hard with your hands, you get the result of what you work for. There is no crown without any tone. So we want our youth, we are re-engaging our youth to refocus their minds on skill acquisition. We don't believe that everybody is going to get a white-collar job. It's not possible. We're over 250 million Nigerians. So we are trying to say, let's go back to the drawing board, how it was before. Let's do something with our hands. Let's do something with our mind. Let's veer off to technology. In my region, I started up Skill Up Southeast. I'm training some people for tailoring. I'm training some people to do POP, things that we can do with our hands, things that we can do to make sure that we put food on our table. We don't have to wait for government. It's what can we do to help government? So community engagement is about engaging the community, giving feedback to both the local and to the federal government. We also give feedback to the governors. Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, even Abia State, and Enugu State have been able to empower their youths through the feedback from community engagement. They've been able to do a millionaires club to help the youths to go back. Okay, we want to trade. They will give you so and so amount of money. All these efforts that the government is putting in place is because of community engagement, because of the feedback we give to them. Even on our roads, we are able to tell the government that please intervene on these roads. The federal government's budget has not covered this road, but our communities, we are the ones that are inhabiting our communities. We don't have federal people, we don't have state people, we don't have local government people. We are all the same in Nigeria. So we are trying to tell our state governors, intervene on these roads, that even if they are federal roads, so that everybody can get the dividend of democracy. When you intervene on roads in your area, one, you increase child mortality. People that go to hospital will be able to go. People will be able to bring out their agri-produce. People will be able to go to work seamlessly. Not when you keep some roads and they are so bad and you say they are federal roads, you're waiting for federal budgets. Meanwhile, the federal government is giving a lot of money to the states to make life easier for citizens. So we are very proud of our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because of the things he has put in place to make sure that everybody, people's burdens are being alleviated at all levels, at all strata of society. So we are calling on everybody to join hands with the Presidential Community Engagement Team to work. If you see it, you say it. You cannot have insecurity in your area and you don't tell people about it and you expect it to be solved. So we are trying to say, see it and say it. Tell us about it. Tell us about the insecurity. Tell us about the ditch. Tell us about the failing bridges or the roads that are being cut so that we can escalate it. That is our work as community engagers, to take the grassroots back to the presidency and to take the presidency back to the grassroots. Thank you.
All right. Chairman Wednesday, thank you very much for your opening remarks. Let me now get to Abiodun Esiet. Now, the North Central Zone is a melting pot of cultures and a crossroad for many development issues. How does that complexity shape your engagement strategy?
Okay, thank you very much. Just to add one point from the earlier question that was asked. Nigeria celebrated democracy, 25 years of democratic practices last year or this year. And knowing fully well that Mr. President is a Democrat to the core, and that's the reason for creating the Community Engagement Office. Because Mr. President feels governance should be at the center stage of governance, knowing fully well that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Elections alone doesn't mean you are doing democratic role. But after the 4 years election, what are the citizens, what are the opportunities given to the citizens who contribute to governance? And that's the reason for creating the Community Engagement Office, for us to continue the engagement from after the election till the next election, for citizens to be given platforms and opportunity to engage the government at different level. I must say, I can say proudly that the community engagement officers that you have seen here are much closer to the community than some local council chairmen. I could say that with all sense of seriousness and fact, because we engage down to the grassroots level, communicate with people, and that goes back to your question. I just came back from Kogi. We set up 21 community peace structures in Kogi State to address the issue of social cohesion. You said that, North Central, we have diversity of language, culture, tradition, but this diversity is gradually turning to a disadvantage to us. But, since we came into office, we set up a presidential community peace structures where we are engaging the different North Central community stakeholders to embrace social cohesion. So we are telling our stakeholders that our diversity should be a blessing and not a curse. But the fact that we have like a greeting in different languages in North Central, Olo, Agwanku, Naili, Upandabe, we are so blessed. This should not be a disadvantage. This should be something that should be embraced. And anytime we see the government and different administrative leader will tell them that they should embrace inclusion. For the fact that you have a majority of a tribe in a state, that doesn't mean your government should be constituted by those tribes. Because lack of inclusion is what we've seen that has led to insecurity in some of the states. So in Kogi State, I just launched the community peace structure in 21 local governments constituted by traditional rulers, local traditional rulers, the association, community-based peace association at the local level, the religious leaders, the traditional leaders, and National Council for Women's Society, and Citizens Assembly. So my office created something we call the Citizens Assembly. We have over 700 volunteers across the North Central region that have dedicated their efforts and work to be part of our government, to document exactly what is going on in their community, just like what you have in the National Assembly. So each of those citizen assemblies in Kogi State now have been constituted as part of the community peace structure to continue deliberate dialogue. And we told them when we inaugurated them 2 days ago that their mandate is to maintain peace, continue intelligence. We train them on intelligence gathering by different experts from the military and also the security agency. We train them on how to communicate, emotional intelligence, so that they know how to engage different people. Anything insecurity happens in any community, it happens in the community. So you can't rule out the community and the community leaders out of any insecurity dialogue. And this takes us to what the Presidential Community Engagement is doing. We are launching, soon we'll be launching the National Stakeholders Engagement Framework to guide the federal government on how to engage. We want the people that are concerned, for instance, you are doing something in SME or you want to change our cashless policy. You gather the people, the stakeholders that are affected, that are managing that aspect of that economy, gather them together and tell them this is what the federal government wants to do. Get their input before changing any policy. So that's what our national framework is all about. We'll be guiding the federal government in saying, in anything you want to do, in any engagement you want to do, in any policy you want to do, let the people affected by it to be involved from the beginning stage, not a stage whereby you have done everything and now gather themselves together and say we're doing town hall to tell you exactly what the federal government is doing. No, it's wrong. You know how our cashless policy fell out? Because we didn't engage the people, the key business people, the SME, the people that will really impact that policy involved at the early stage, and that's why that cashless policy fell out. So for Nigeria, the next couple of months, we'll be launching that framework to guide us. And with the structure each of us has created in our community, we've created a structure, a formidable structure for citizens to engage the federal government directly and for us to also engage them, because if Mr. President is interested in feeling the impulses of the people, we submit report on a monthly basis to Mr. President, and we have opportunity to tell him that, Mr. President and members of Federal Executive Council, concerning infrastructure, this is what we are getting from our community. Concerning road, this is what we are getting. Concerning insecurity, these are the feedbacks that we are getting from our community. And the Federal Executive Council uses that to shape their policy and law and deliver better services. We are not service provider. We are making sure that their service are efficient and effective. So we are not there to go and be giving so much water. Anything you see that we are doing is just an advantage. Our own is to inspect, making sure that federal government interventions are done as per what they do. And I must really appreciate the Minister for Works. Anytime he's going to any of our region, he calls the community engagement, come and inspect us, come and see what we are doing, so that you can tell the members of your community that some of the reports you sent to the Federal Executive Council has been handled. For instance, the Shadam Bridge in Plateau State, when I visited the bridge, it was collapsed. And that report was shared to the Minister of Works. And the Minister of Works presented that report to the members of the Federal Executive Council, and it was approved by the President. That shows the power of community engagement. And it shows about, when the community sees that their reports are being addressed, it gives the trust in government. And they are not waiting for the next election, because they are already working with the government, and we are building trust gradually with them. And in that process, we're improving services and we're improving governance.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Esiet, for that elaborate explanation. You are building structures. And the issue of trust actually is a major challenge, in this part of the, country, especially because, several times government has made promises, maybe, and these promises have not come to fruition. And there is this question mark on trust. Now, Morimi, let me ask you, what are the key principles for building trust now and collaborating between, communities and government, NGOs, and so on?
Thank you so much. I think, based on what my colleagues have said, community engagement is the biggest vehicle for development, because community engagement understands the nitty-gritty of the grassroots, understanding their behavioral patterns, understanding their bespoke needs, and then addressing it, understanding the languages. And that's why our work is so interesting, because we are 6 regional officers from this zone. I'm a core Yoruba girl, and I understand the cultural aspect of the Yoruba society. So I'm able to use that understanding to engage with the communities. I want to use this opportunity to call on all the governors of the Federation to work with us, because I think we are the best officers that can accelerate the progress of the country. We are the best officers that can make them understand that this is the biggest need. This is the biggest platform. So let me just break this down. I initiated the Southwest Initiative for Transformation. That's Project SWIFT. Under that, we have the agricultural pillar, we have the education pillar, we have the entrepreneurship pillar, we also have the security pillar. Now, 2 weeks ago, or just a week ago, I visited the Agbeyewa farms, which is the biggest farm in the Southwest region and also in Nigeria. They produce cassava and everything. And we've been able to understand that there has to be security around our land production. Okay. There has to be a major in-grow scheme to support the farmers. In community engagement, we try to create that in-grow and outgrower scheme to support these people. So my biggest understanding is we are the biggest people that can create inclusion, transparency, the principles of transparency, inclusion, and the many aspects of government. So I think it's necessary that we keep having the support. And I also call on all corporate agencies to ensure that their CSR services come through us. They are able to see how they can work together with us and see how we can facilitate growth and development.
All right, thank you very much. And back to Chioma Nweze. I know that the Southeast that you cover has very robust town hall structure. They do a lot of town hall meetings, they do a lot of towns union and all of that. How does this help in your engagement strategy?
Thank you very much for your question. The Southeast, we have a lot of We started from PGs of town unions.
Yeah.
We have our councillors, our local government structure. We also have August meetings for
Okay.
women. We have a lot of association and unions, and I must say that is very, very encouraging because it helps me to be able to bring people together under an umbrella, and it's usually seamless and very, very
Because they have to
effective.
converge on their own.
Yes. Like the last time, like last month, I had a meeting with all the market women from the 5 states in the southeast. And so they all came with their different uniform. They're already organized. So it helps because you're trying to tell them, okay, this is an organized forum. This is the government we are working with, and this is what the government is giving to us. And if you have any issues, please talk to us about it. Like this new tax law that is going to take effect from January, I was able to tell them these are the things that are required from you as people in the tax net. If you have below this, if your turnover is below so and so amount, you're not required to pay tax. And again, if you have grievances, the most important thing, you're able to report. There's an office that you can report. This is your grievances, whether they are collecting double taxation from you and everything. Our market people that are in the grassroots, they need to understand where the government is going to. We don't just want to be a government that will sign a bill into law and won't be able to disseminate it to our citizens. So it's the Southeast organization helps me to be able to talk to different groups at any time. During the August meeting, I went around. These women, we say when you train a woman, you've trained a nation. Women helped us in talking to our children and our husbands about NEL fund. We won't have NEL fund at the federal level, and NEL fund trying to is catching a lot of ground. They are covering a lot of ground in other states, and in Southeast they are not able, because Southeast people believe that they are afraid of loans, and they need to work to be able to do what they want to do. They feel that anybody that there's no free lunch, anybody giving you something for free, maybe there's a catch. So it took me and the NEL Fund, the MD, to talk to our women, to talk to parents, to tell them that this fund is from the federal government and is to help you to train your children in school. We don't want to see people that drop out tomorrow. We don't want to see people that cannot pay their fees tomorrow. And they don't even start deducting money from you until you get a job. So it's not as if they're going to put pressure on the students, because we have student loans abroad and they use it effectively. So if it's working there, we should be able to do it in Nigeria. So we are trying so hard and using all these organizations that are present to drive home the policies of the government. Even our town union presidents, we've called them for a meeting and said, our vote is our voice. Our vote is what we are going to, our mandate is what we are going to hand over to our children. Everybody should register. Everybody should register to vote. Everybody's vote counts. So we want a situation where everybody is enlightened and know that, yes, this works for me and this does not work for me. Before now, Southeast has always been doing government of politics of sentiment. This person is from my place, is contesting, and let me vote for him. But now I'm trying to tell my people, no, this government is working for us. We're not talking about this person is from my place, so let's vote for him. What can this person do for us? Is he going to win? Let us be strategic for the first time. If you're giving me apples and tomorrow you stop giving me the apples, am I going to eat them? Why will I go with somebody that is promising me an apple and is not going to give me an apple? So it's good for Southeast to be in the center and to be strategic about their policies. So I'm trying to tell all our women, all our fathers, all our town union people, this government is working for us for the first time in the Southeast. In fact, my governor was saying that for the past 10 years, he has never seen a federal government project in Southeast. I think my own is for more than 30 years. I've not seen any federal government projects in my state. I come from Ebonyi State. But now, in my state, last year, when the Artisan Bridge fell, is a bridge that connects two very important places in Enugu. The Enugu State Governor called the Minister of Works. This bridge it has fallen. Oh, let's come and see what we're going to do. The next day he arrived, he checked it, and he presented it to the president. The president approved it. That's the first time it's happening. Before, Southeast was relegated to the background and we didn't know anything that was happening in government. That's why we're telling our people that this government is for us. So we should step up and make our votes count. We have a number of projects that are going on in Southeast, unlike before. We have the Enugu-Onitsha road that connects us to Onitsha. Onitsha is the biggest market. In fact, I don't want me to say Ibadan has the biggest markets. Onitsha has the biggest markets in Nigeria.
Open air market.
Yes. So it connects us, the Enugu-Onitsha road connects us to the rest of the country. We have the Onitsha-Owerri road that the federal government is building for us, which is ongoing, and connects us to the Imo sides of Imo State, Abia State side of the country. We have Enugu-Port Harcourt road. In fact, when we went there with PDP stakeholder, Mr. Gbenga Showumi, he was saying that he has not seen any continuous road in Nigeria without any pothole. It's the work of this administration. When people want to criticize this administration, you ask them, these roads have been bad since. This administration is trying to put it in place and also trying to do legacy roads so that they will be known for something. Because if we are able to build all our legacy projects and we're able to put towers from Lagos to Calabar and open up the economy of Nigeria, it's for our children. We go to other countries, we go to Toronto, we go to other countries, and we'll see high rising on their coastal roads. And we wonder, so we want to bring other things that we're seeing in other countries to our country. So we are telling Southeast people, now is the time to step up and be counted. Don't do politics of sentiment. Don't say, my brother, if it's not your brother's turn, tell your brother to wait. When is your turn?
Okay.
They will support
but
you.
Is it in turns? Anyway, but I'm trying to see, have you managed to draw attention to the state of the Asaba-Onitsha, the road leading to the Niger Bridge? And why do I say this? It may seem as if it's in Delta, but it is the people going to the southeast, and you know what it means when Christmas approaches like this. This is already October. I don't know if it's something that has caught your attention and if it's something that you are thinking about, the road, because it's going to be a lot of suffering if that isn't attended to.
Is it from Asaba to Onitsha?
Leading to the Niger Bridge.
Leading to the Niger Bridge. Okay. We have Asaba to Onitsha leading to Niger Bridge. And, you know, during the last administration, they did the another bridge.
The second Niger
Bridge. Niger Bridge, yes, which was completed in this administration. So this administration also flagged off Section 2A and 2B of the road leading from Asaba. One is leading from Asaba to the same Niger Bridge. One is leading from the other end of the bridge down. So that is still in construction. They are constructing this one. Then the one from this Asaba to Niger Bridge is under palliative, which I also bring to the knowledge of the Honorable Minister of Works. He has always been proactive when things concerning human sufferings are being brought to his notice. Like last 2 weeks, he was in Edo State because of that Ekpoma road that has not been done for the past 40 years. So I'll bring this to his knowledge, and I'm sure when I come back, I will give you a positive feedback.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Chui. I mean, you've spoken so much, especially about changing the narrative in the southeast, which is commendable. But the challenge that you have, just like you said, is having a buy-in, of the people. Let's come to the North Central now, where with Dr. Essiet. How do we begin to address that challenge of, getting people to have, a buy-in for government projects, changing their mindsets? What are the various, methods you are using to get people to have a buy-in into it?
Okay, so for people to have a buy-in, you need to also create a platform for them to have a buy-in. And a platform that is committed to listening to them, and also not just a one-way platform where you just go gather their feedback, but a platform where you can also go back to, like my sister said, go back to the community and say, this is exactly based on the observation. So I will cite an example. When the Ministry of Interior started their recruitment, there was one local government in Kogi State that was missed. So the people in those local government reached out to me and said, we can't locate, because if we can't locate your local government, we can't continue with the recruitment process. And within 24 hours, I sent a message to the Permanent Secretary for Interior, and within 24 hours, they activated that local government, and they could apply for that. And I received so many letters of appreciation from even the assembly members in that managing that constituency to say, oh, they appreciated that, because we I screenshot my conversation with the permanent secretary and said, this is what is going on. Within 24 hours, your local government will be on board. And they saw that happen. That is trust. And that's how we create by him, because there's a platform already that we have. Like I said, the Citizen Assembly platform is open to people to join. And we have people even older as 60 years old joining the Citizen Assembly platform to say they want to be part of the governance. And we ask them, anytime the federal government is doing, anytime we have an issue, reach out to us. So the platform is there for us to also reach out to them and say, the feedback we received from you. I will cite another example in FCTA of an hospital that was locked, that was practicing illegal operations, and people were dying. And these are medical doctors that are not trained, that are quacks. And they reported this incident to us on our platform on a Sunday, thinking that, government doesn't work on a Sunday. And the same Sunday, the Minister of State acted on that report, and the hospital was locked in 4 hours. Shows that, there's a platform. When people report, so we are creating that platform, and that's the reason why Mr. President is creating the community engagement team, for people to know that I have some team members that are here to listen to you. Not because, the issue of federal government is about community engagement, but all levels of government are meant to do engagement. For instance, now before any local council says they are doing their budget, there's supposed to be needs assessment. The needs assessment process involves each councillor going back to their community and asking their members of their community, what are their priorities? What are your needs? Not basically the manifesto or the propaganda or the manifesto of the councillors, but they go back to their community because they are representing their community. I jokingly tell some of our senators, like, constituency projects should be a councillor's work and not a senator's work, because they are closer to the people. They get feedback on those things, and that's how a budget is being done. So creating that channel, we created the channel and letting them know Mr. President also have a community engagement office, because in each of your communities there are federal government interventions that federal government needs to handle. One of them is security. Now we're talking about state policing, which is a good step in the right direction. Humanitarian services. Some of them are medical services. Do you know that there are some hospitals now that you don't have to pay for cesarean section? And dialysis costs 12,000 naira now. Those are the interventions done by federal government that we are communicating to our people on a daily basis. And if they have any issue, they say, there was a federal medical center that was reported to us that every time a pregnant woman gets to the hospital, they ask her to go and do CS. And the CS they're asking her to do is at the hospital of one of the medical doctors who has established a private hospital to transfer people to. So when we got feedback like that, we send it to different federal agencies for them to review. And we also report back through our town hall meetings. So I just came back from Kogi. I'm going to Benue soon, before the end of this month, to set up another peace structure. And then we are going to Plateau as well to set up another peace structure. And we'll be doing that for the whole North Central region based on the feedbacks we are getting. And for community engagement, regularly we submit community reports to Mr. President. For our office, I've submitted over 150 community reports. Our report is all structured in a way that when we submit a report, we'll put the details of the person submitting the report, the details of the traditional ruler, the name and the phone number, so that any federal agency that wants to work on those reports already have the people to follow up with. I will make an example. When I went to Boko, one of the senatorial districts in Benue Street, to conduct a roundtable citizens assembly, I said I wanted to use myself. It was a primary school that they said we should use, because they invited stakeholders in the roundtable to share feedbacks for us, and I couldn't get any toilet to use. I said, so we have 2 primary schools located in this Boko. So where do the children urinate or pass? So I asked the children, I want to wee wee, where do you wee wee? They said here. The here means the back of their class, on the floor. Because the toilet that was constituted has been damaged for years and nobody was doing anything. And the Federal Ministry of Water Resources has an agenda to make sure that they end open defecation by this year. So I reported, that incident to the Federal Ministry and said, in line with your mandate on ending open defecation, this is a public institution that needs this, because you see litters everywhere. And, children are already in the class. So when a fly perch on that, it can easily spread, cholera or other communicable diseases. And within 6 months, they gave out the contracts, and now they have a solar-powered borehole and toilet facility for both men and 6 blocks done by federal government. You know, things like this is, you know, what people feel, okay, really, this government listens. Because from everything you've seen in governance structure for years, people just want to be heard. People just want to know that.
Heard and
yes,
communicating with the people.
Communicating.
What strategies are you adopting? Is it through the traditional leaders or schools or churches or social media?
Okay, so we use multi-layer interventions approach, because all our people, we have different strategies depending on where you're coming from. For instance, we use the social media for the people who have the access. So we have a WhatsApp group for each state where they can communicate to us. So I have a WhatsApp group for all the traditional leaders in North Central region for them to communicate to me in any issue that's happening. I have another WhatsApp group and also Facebook page, because I realize some of our elderly ones, they like Facebook and they like WhatsApp, and some of them are connected on those platforms. And anytime we are also going, we visit, all of us visit our regions on a quarterly basis. So now in the next month, we are all going for town hall meetings and listening tour. When we started our work, we carried out a listening tour across the North Central region. And, you know, when we go, we sit with people, we meet with traditional leaders, we meet with religious groups. So, for instance, it depends on the state we are going to. For instance, when I'm going to Plateau State next month, I'm going to set up a peace structure. I'm meeting with the Farmers Association, I'm meeting with the Mieti Hala groups, I'm meeting with the Christian Association, I'm meeting with Muslim Association, peculiarly based on what I'm going there for. So we engage people, we engage the traditional structures, existing community structure. So we have CDA, Community Development Agency, in some of our states that are already working, that have connections with different traditional institutions, that have connection with the local government institutions. Okay. I also have a platform where I engage all the organs of my region, where they also have a direct platform to engage me. So anytime I'm going to a state, we'll let the governor know that, okay, Your Excellency, I'm coming to your state. I would like to meet you and also tell you who and who I'm engaging. And this is what we are meant to do. And also meet the other political leaders and say, this is where I'm going to, this is what we're doing. And we also extend invitations to them and say, we are doing a town hall meeting, or we are doing a roadshow, or we are doing this program. You can also join. And, you know, we as a team, we have a media plan where we go on quarterly basis to federal media platform and state media platform to tell them this is the community engagement platform, this is the contact details of our office. You can actually reach out to us and engage it. And we all have a website where people can also follow up and engage. We've created an Instagram platform as well for people to share story and follow up our stories and narrative so that they can also engage with us. So all of us have hotlines that people can call at regular places to send their report and for us to also, give them back report. And that platform is called Hello Community, where you can reach out and say, okay, my community is having this, and these are the picture evidence of what is going on in the community. And we use that platform to also report back to them and say, this is what we've done on the report you sent to us.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Biodesiet. I'm just wondering, you said all of you visit.
Don't forget to remind our viewers that they can participate in this conversation by sending comments and questions through WhatsApp and the number displayed on your screen. Please, Victor, go ahead.
All right. Now, she mentioned that you visit on a quarterly basis, 3 monthly. And I'm wondering, Moremi, if this is not a bit too much gap, to be able to articulate the voices of people in your constituency, which is the Southwest, and ensuring that they can get action at the federal level.
Thank you so much. So I actually want to ask for a pardon for my stutter because I'm actually stressed.
Okay.
I've been in the community for well over 4 weeks.
Okay.
We went for Onga and then we came back and then I went straight to the communities in the Southwest. I went to Osun State, Ekiti State, Ondo State, and also to Lagos State as well. Our work is really, really draining. It takes a lot of our physical energy and so much of our resources financially because of logistics and many other things.
Personal resources?
Unfortunately, we're a bit short-funded, but with time things will pick up. I believe so. And the president is seeing so much of our efforts and is doing everything to support us. Many ministers, particularly the Minister of Work, supports our work, and also people within the presidency support our work as well. We visit our communities regularly. As Biodo mentioned, we have multi-layered platforms for communication. It's not something that will create a gap. Many of us have volunteers. I have volunteers and coordinators in all the states. Okay. I also have ward coordinators. I have local coordinators who give us back-to-back communications, who let us know what is going on. So we're not far from our communities. No, we're not. Some of us visit, like, I'm always in Lagos, which is like, you know, the easiest place because of the airports on a regular basis. And then from Lagos, I commute to other communities. So it's something we do on a regular basis. And one interesting thing about our engagement is the fact that we are able to, the citizens feel that sense of belonging. There's this affinity they feel. They feel like they've been cut off from government. So having come into office, the community engagement officers, we've been able to create that sense of warmth, that sense of attention and listening ears for them. We give them that, they feel the presence of government with us. So that's one of the biggest advantage of community engagement. And also, we're able to understand their needs. We're able to relate appropriately with them. In the course of my engagement, I realized I use the education as the biggest tool. My biggest project that I just finished with the BATSTEM, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu Scholarship, Training, Education, Mentorship. I decided to tweak my STEM to scholarship, training, education, mentorship, because I believe that in the Southwest region, the education is the biggest legacy. We are known for education, and that is the biggest way to get back students in school. There's so much out of school, there's a huge rate of out of school children. So our plan is to bring them back into the system, and we focus on the senior class, the SS3 students, SS2 and SS1, because very soon they will be of voting age, and we need to start enlightening them on their responsibilities as a citizen. Many of these community children do not understand why they have to vote. They don't understand what they have to do. They don't understand the peculiarities of being a responsible citizen. You know, the right to vote, the right to live, the right to, you know, freedom. You know, these things, we engage with them. And that's a tool for training. That's a tool for advancement. That's a tool for, you know, exposure. These are the things that we bring down. Also, we engage with agriculture and many other things. I'm more of a doer than a talker. Do you understand? When you see us in the communities, we tie our wrappers. We also dress in the adire like them. We wear to identify with the communities. So I want you to be rest assured, and also to the viewers, that we are the biggest voice. We have the biggest ears, and we have a fantastic, huge network of people who work with us in the office. As she said, our own team strength is about 700. My own is even more. I've even lost count, because we have people who just communicate. Our WhatsApp messages, our WhatsApp platform is filled with messages. So all I'm just saying is that we need more support. More support. Because our work...
What kind of support are you talking about now?
Our work is quite huge. Our support comes from a system support as well. You know, when I go to these communities, sometimes we are short of vehicles. Sometimes we are short of, you know, logistics to, you know, accommodation. We have to pay extra. You know, everybody wants to be part of us. You know, our coordinators want to work with us. You know, in fact, I have to hire vehicles. Sometimes we need buses to convey people. And the things we do is to let them know. Many of them are not even, some people in some communities are not aware of the NEL Fund. Interestingly as well, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road has been one of the biggest hallmarks in the Southwest. I think that's like the biggest economic road hub of the Southwest region. And it's such a fascinating project. It's highly fascinating. It's something that, you know, when we conveyed ourselves from the Hamadu Bello Junction, it was as if we were in Miami. I've never seen that kind of structure. And then the minister was telling us that there's a height that is about, you know, the roads are well structured, that you are not even scared. Because when I was younger, we were always scared that the beach, the alphabet, you know, was going to be overflowed. But there's been so much apparatus in place to ensure that that is, you know, to ensure that the roads are that will last, are durable. So that is something that interests the communities. They were, at the beginning, they were a bit worried. They were all fighting. We will have to go for town hall meetings. The Minister of Works will tell me, oh, go speak to the leaders and everything. But right now, they're extremely excited about it. People who live at Aja, Abramadeson, you are able to pass that road now within just 10 minutes. So these are the things that government is doing.
Okay.
Look at Ogun State. Ogun State is the biggest industrial hub of the Southwest. We have so many industries. We engage with these industries. We engage with the workers. They let us know, oh, government do this one. You know that some of these people are not even paying the 75,000 naira minimum wage. So these are the things that we take back. As I said,
right.
community engagement is the bridge.
Okay.
Now, but beyond, let me get to Choma. Beyond being informed, how do you get the people involved, especially when it comes to project design and monitoring? Now you are informing them what government is doing, what government wants to do. How do you get them involved now, escalating?
Thank you for the question. Right now, we have we have our citizens' assembly where we get people's feedback, and apart from that, we now have in each state, when the state government wants to do budgets, they have they call a meeting for citizens' budget. So our members are able to sensitize people to go for the program and to tell the government that this is our own area of priority. The government tells you this is our own area of priority. I want to spend this percentage on education. I want to spend this on infrastructure like this. And the people also say this is our own area of priority. We want water. We want light. These are the basic things that you should provide during a democracy. So the Citizens Assembly is able to give the communities a voice and a platform to say, these are our priorities. These are the things that we want as citizens. And the government is also able to hear them and also able to implement, okay, our budgets, we can tweak it, we can allow so much percentage for this, for that. We can, let's put all both, like in my state, we got our governor to say, okay, we're going to provide water in all the communities in the state. So it comes from giving feedback to the state, because one person cannot do it all. One person does not know it all. Even as a governor of a state or as a local government chairman or anything, you need feedback from people. Feedback is very important. We need to tell people, this is where you're getting it right. This is where you're not getting it right. And these are the things that our people want. Please incorporate this into your budget. Also on the federal level, we're able to talk to our ministries and our ministers and say, these are the needs of our people. Incorporate these things. And we have had a very good response and very good working relationship with our ministers. So they are able to respond to us within 24 hours. These are the things our people need. Please incorporate it or look into it. The ministry will respond. Okay. Even during, if there is any acts, maybe let me say an act of God or anything, NEMA is also able to respond. Okay. Our ministries are able to respond when we get their attention to things that are happening in our communities.
All right. Earlier on, you talked about some of the challenges and that you face, while engaging with, the community, especially when it comes to misinformation and resistances in community engagement. How do you measure, before I come to Dr. Esiet now, how do you measure the success of community engagement initiatives so far that you have embarked on?
Through feedback mechanism. I measure my successes from the feedback I get. When I started my Scale Up Southeast and started telling my people that our people are known for working. Our people are not even known for government jobs. Working, trading, farming, and putting food on the table. That's the pride of an Igbo man, for you to be able to provide for your family. You're not carrying laptop and doing yahoo yahoo. No, that is not our custom. And not trying to see how you get rich. You can imagine somebody entering into a bank and saying, put all the money inside, put all the money, trying to say that he is invisible. The rest of the people are visible to him. I was wondering, when did our society get bad as this? When did we get here? So feedback mechanism helps us to know this is what we are doing. This is what is happening. And this is what we need to do to curb what is happening. When I engaged the governor of Anambra State, he said, Choma, there can never be a crown without a thorn. You don't just come and get money without working for it. It's not sustainable. It doesn't work in any society. So we need to re-educate our people. We are telling our people, you need to work. In fact, the last time I even engaged the governor of Imo State, he also said he's trying to remove all this insecurity in his place. He's attacking them head on. So we are trying to get back southeast. We are trying to tell our people this is the time for us to stand up and be counted. We are trying to tell how can a region be subjected to no work on Monday, no going to school on Monday, no nothing on Monday, and everybody in the region accepts it. It's crazy.
So what's the situation now? On
What's the situation
Mondays?
now? Most states are taking back their states now.
Okay.
In Ebonyi State, there's nothing like states at home on Mondays. We go to work, we go to school, we go to... In Enugu State, in fact, the governor had to go, when he resumed office, every Monday he had to go round. If you're a market person and you don't open on Monday, he will arrest you. Because you need to open, because you have said that this is your store and they should identify you with this store. So you open every day of the week apart from Sunday, which is what our people keep holy and go to churches on Sunday. Imo State is doing the same thing. He's also fighting his own head on. Anambra State is also doing the same thing. He realized that his problem are from traditional medicine doctors and people that are deceiving the society. He's also doing the same thing. Abia State is doing wonderfully well. He's, in fact, the last time we went to Abia State for the commissioning, when the president came to commission projects in Abia State, and that he sent the Minister of Works to represent him, I was in his entourage. The Port Harcourt Road has not been built for over 45 years. It was built by the last the last government of, let me say, 45 years ago. Didn't a child drowned on Port Harcourt Road? The gully in Port Harcourt Road is so much that from one end of the road, you cannot go to the other end of the road. He built it within the first 2 years of his administration. Ohanku Road, the same thing. Ohanku Road, the debt in Ohanku Road is like 4-story high. You know, you park, you know, Aba now, Aba known for trading, Aba known for being dirty. They will park debts on the street. Now, when I went there, I could hardly see anything on the floor.
Okay.
Governor Oti told them that anybody that puts anything on the floor, you, a citizen, can arrest the person and the person will pay 50,000 naira to you. So everybody can arrest when you're dirty anywhere. So you see Aba very clean. So the governors of Southeast are actually stepping up and saying, no, we don't want this. So that's why we are trying to educate our people and we're trying to tell them, tell us. There is nothing that is too heavy for you to tell us.
So, okay, which means that you are getting effective feedback.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right, thank you. We already have some messages before, maybe you will respond to that before I asked the question I want to ask. Some of our viewers have sent messages and questions. This one says, please tell the guests to look into mobilizing local media outlets, in each state as channels to engage available non-governmental groups in each state. That is, it's asking whether you engage local media outlets in the states. Good morning, Nigeria. This from Otoba C from Ogun State. So I really appreciate Mr. President for this initiative. Please, I want to ask, where is the South-South engager? Why is the South-South engager not here? Well, we'll have him another time.
Okay. We had her the last time.
Oh, we have her the last time. Okay, fine. So, all right. So this one says, this from Agubo Onuora Nelson from Ikwo in Ebonyi State. So my question goes to Honorable Mrs. Chioma Nweze. The road to lead from Obubara Junction to Oferikpe Beach, I may not be pronouncing it, in Ikwo, was awarded, and the bridge that connects Ikwo and Cross River State was also awarded. But as I'm talking to you now, for over 7 months, there is no work going on in that area. The contractors have left the site. I'm saying this because that is my community, and I know that road very well. What do you have to say about the Enugu-Onitsha Express Road? Because there is no work going on in that road.
Thank you. Can I respond to that?
Okay, you can respond before.
Yes. Enugu-Onitsha Road, I was there last week and work is going on that road. Enugu-Onitsha Road was first of all given to MTN to do both the carriageways. But MTN subcontracted it to 2 contractors, RCC and NigerCat. And they were very slow on the job. I don't know, most federal contractors, they like being slow on the job so they can ask for variation and do a lot of things. So when the minister came, he terminated the job of He terminated the job and gave MTN one carriageway. Let them finish it. Since they've been on the carriageway for so long and they've not finished it, okay, finish this. And told Mr. President, presented the second one to Mr. President, which he approved, and it has been awarded to SKECC. It will be flagged off next week, Tuesday, in Enugu, and work has even started going on. Even from the Channel Zero, where work started going on, you will see a bridge that they are constructing and a flyover bridge in Ababa. Ababa is an area where there is, what they call it, police, Army 82 Division. There is Army School, barracks, and everything. So the place is always very choked up. So there's also a flyover that is the flyover construction ongoing at that particular point to ease the traffic. Then the roads in Ebonyi State, the one of Erekwe and the other one in Iko, yes, it has been awarded. Yes, work has started going, and it's possible that work has stopped. I will look into it. But I also want to let him know that the budgeting system in Nigeria does not allow for effective jobs to be done, because you find out that if a bridge is supposed to cost 7 billion, in the budget they might put 500 million. So the contractor just does as what is in the budget and does not do the rest. But I'll look into this thing.
Because of time,
I should run through the messages that I have here. Pastor Okwu is talking about why the South-South rep is not here. Well, I think that's been responded to. She's unavoidably absent. My name is Umo on North York. I've been taking time to listen to our mothers on the community engagement discussions ongoing. The job they are doing is very tough, but nobody knows if they didn't say it. Let us support them and pray God Almighty to protect and help them. Okay? And good morning, Nigeria. I appreciate the President for bringing up this impactful initiative, because the feedback you will get from the grassroots goes a long way in policy formulation and solving a lot of problems. My question goes to the Honorable Doctor representing the North Central. I want to advise now that the youth constituency shouldn't be neglected in community engagements. He said we have community youth presidents in all the villages across various local governments with special reference to Yagba West LGA. Well, these are just a few. It's a long message. We just had to abridge.
Shorten it.
Perhaps it's something you want to respond to. They don't think you are carrying the youths along enough. Perhaps the youth presidency says?
Thank you very much. So we received that a lot, but in governance process, we have job descriptions, though we are community engagement, but we also have SSAs managing youth engagement. Okay. So, but I get more invitations from the student and the youth group a whole lot, but I try as much as possible to also address them. But I don't want to be, we don't want to be seen like we are engagement, it's a big one. But when we have other SSAs that are meant to do the youth engagement or student engagement, so you don't want to be seen. So we work collaboratively with our colleagues so that they know that, okay, there's a need for you to be here and you have to be here. So, and if we need to all be there to engage them, we do that as well. So it's not as if we are sidelining them. And the last program I did in Kogi State, the chairman of that local government was actually the one that spoke on behalf, and the youth were also mobilized for the event. So anytime we're having events.
All right, thank you so much. Because of time, we have another discussion coming up. So we'll have to pause you there. Thank you so much, Dr. Abiodun Esiet, Senior Special Assistant, Community Development, North Central. Thank you for coming for today's discussion. Also want to thank Madam Chioma Nweze, Senior Special Assistant, Community Engagement, Southeast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Morimi Ojodu, Senior Special Assistant to the President, Community Engagement, Southwest. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us. We hope to come more.
Okay, we look forward to having you again.
Thank you.
Well, we'll take a break now. When we come back, our second discussion will kickstart. Stay with us.